Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net. It is Sunday, the 19th of October. Thanks again for watching. Lots to talk about. Gonzalo, of course, around at the moment. Show you more on that in just a second. But first of all, just look what we had delivered this morning. This our box of seasonal veg from our local farmer. Can you believe this veg is grown just 100 yards away from where we live, and it's always very exciting to see what you've got in the box every single week. Now, it was a harvest festival at our church last week, but I thought good excuse to show you what arrives on our doorstep. Looking forward to eating that a little bit later. I think a bit of roast beef would be ideal with that, don't you? Anyway, this is supposed to be about weather, not food, so let's get on and see what's going on with Gonzalo. Here's the forecast for tomorrow evening, and centred out towards the west of Ireland at that stage. Strongest winds to the south. The story with Gonzalo has been that it's downgraded a little bit. By midnight we've got low pressure just off western Scotland, severe gales Ireland coming into southwest Scotland, northwest England, northern parts of Wales. It's through the early hours that the really strong winds across Scotland, northern England, Wales, parts of the Midlands, East Anglia, southern parts of England, well, just about everywhere across the UK and Ireland, really. I think we're probably going to be in for gusts of 60 miles an hour in the west. Wouldn't be surprised by an odd 70. I think inland now looking at about 50 miles an hour. So it's enough to cause some minor damage. It's nothing exceptional. You know, we normally get one of these systems go through at least once every year. But I think it will be very windy nonetheless. And because it's going to be occurring at rush hour, then I think it really will make travel difficult on Tuesday morning. And I suspect with lots of leaves on the line, we'll probably find problems on the railway as well, because they just can't get the traction on the tracks when you've got wet leaves on the tracks, and that's why trains are slowed. You know, that line about it's the leaves on the line. Well, that's the reason that you just can't get traction from the wheels of the trains by going at normal speeds. So I think we could be seeing some difficulties on Tuesday morning, but no doubt the rail authorities will keep us up to date with that one. I think there'll be some disruption on the roads as well. You're going to need to slow down if you're travelling in those sorts of conditions, and also at the airports. I would suspect that with the gusts of wind being really significant, we may well find a few delays as well. So just get prepared for that on Tuesday morning. By the middle of the day, the worst of the storm is out towards the east, but we've still got these gale force winds piling into Scotland. Heavy showers off towards the west, dry towards the east and the south, and breezy for everyone, but it's not looking as awful as it did yesterday. And here's how the GFS model sees the wind gusts. Don't take too much notice of the actual figures, but the colours are interesting to see. Notice this area of red here that's across the west of the country. Just watch what happens to that. That's the forecast gusts up till midnight on Tuesday. And then you notice the red gust colours tracking eastwards through all areas during the early hours. And there they are with the strongest of the winds coming into Scotland during Tuesday morning, before clearing away slowly to the east on Tuesday afternoon. But you notice still these really strong gusts around the coast of Scotland and across the northwestern parts of England, but much lighter winds down here towards the south. And you probably heard Freddie the weather wolf getting very excited there at the prospect of those winds. He does like a bit of wind. His ears just flap around everywhere. It's like he's going to take off when I'm walking in when it's windy. Of course, perfect conditions to be chasing leaves. So at the moment, Gonzalo's out in the Atlantic. This was a picture taken last night. You can pick out South America here. Look, here's North America. Just love these pictures. I mean, you could just look at these all day long, couldn't you? Let's just zoom in and take a look at Gonzalo. There it is, look, in the northern Atlantic at midnight last night, just to the east of Newfoundland. And it's been picked up by the jet stream as well. Let's just see if we can identify the jet stream from this picture. Not particularly very clear, but the jet is coming over the top like that. So what will happen is Gonzalo just edges its way in, gets caught up in the jet, and then it gets blown eastwards across the Atlantic towards the UK. Just love those pictures. And this is the frontal chart then for Monday. So for tomorrow, heavy showers affecting western areas, strong winds. You see the isobars close together here again. Southwesterlies, probably a fresh to strong southwesterly. Out in the west though, here's Gonzalo, or I should say former Gonzalo, and by midday on Tuesday it's gone eastwards, as we've already seen those strong winds following in, but the strongest winds overnight into Tuesday. Wednesday sees more rain coming across Ireland into western parts of Scotland, eventually tracking through northwest England, the rest of Scotland as well. One or two showers further towards the east, drier towards the south but breezy again. High pressure trying to make its presence felt down to the south. And there it is again on Thursday, although I think Thursday probably a murky day on these western coasts, drizzle at times. Some more persistent showery rain coming through southern parts of Scotland, northern and western Ireland associated with that cold front. Showers following in behind. And I think probably eastern areas may just see a few bright spells. There's always a fair amount of cloud around and a breezy southwesterly to boot again. By Friday, the front's tracked its way slowly southwards, showing signs of getting stuck across southern counties of England on Friday, so it could be quite a cloudy day there with outbreaks of rain. Brighter further north and west, although some showers affecting western areas. And again, look, you've got high pressure here, high pressure here. It's trying to get its act together. And in fact, the 10-day forecast, this is from the ECMWF, is suggesting higher pressure getting in. So this is the forecast for the 29th of October, which is, I'm just having a look on the calendar here, Wednesday, 29th of October. And notice high pressure centred there across the UK. Little cut-off low down towards the south. This looks actually pretty reasonable take on how things might look, but with that high in would be drier, certainly, but I think we could be looking at some frost overnight and probably some fog and frost across northern areas during the nighttime periods, spreading across the whole country. Compare that with the ECMWF ensemble, got the high further south, but nonetheless high pressure it is. But notice on this one, look, you'd still get some rain across northern and western Scotland, across northern and western Ireland. The Canadian, very similar, tries to build the high pressure in, although its location is different. And even the GFS ensemble tries to get in on the out, but that has the high further south and looks similar to the ECMWF ensemble with cloud and rain affecting northern and western Scotland, but many areas tending to be dry. And the CFS is there too, although I think overplays it. This is week 1, so this is up to the 24th of October. Look, it's building the heights down towards the south here. You've got the jet coming in here. I think that's probably a little bit too far north. And then it tries to build the high northwards look during week 2, 25th of October to the 31st. So it tries to get it into here. But that still has this southwest flow. So I do think, northern and western Scotland, northern and western Ireland may well still be troubled by some cloud and southwesterly winds. But I think all the hints are pointing towards this high trying to get in. And yes, I know it's been promised for a while. Remember me telling you I thought it'd be the 17th, 18th that it got in? Well, it looks like it's going to be a few days later, but it's there, consistently being shown as trying to build in this larger anticyclone. And this is week 3 from the CFS, putting the high over the top of us, and then week 4 does exactly the same thing. So certainly the CFS trying to do it, the ECMWF trying to do it, the GFS ensemble and the Canadian, they're all there. They're all piling into the idea of higher pressure trying to build in. Of course, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. Of course, we'll keep you updated right the way throughout here at weatherweb.net. You can subscribe to us on YouTube for the very latest forecast. Just search for Weather School and you could subscribe to us on there. And of course, we'll keep the very latest videos here online at weatherweb.net. But for now, from me and Freddie the Weather Wolf, have a fantastic day and keep the sun shining. See, you're not going to get that anywhere else, are you? That's certainly not going to be on the BBC or the Met Office. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining and bye for now.